This is an easy step-by-step tutorial on how to do the Fleur De Lys stitch. For it, I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 3. So I'm going to start with a slip knot. And for this stitch, you want to start with a foundation chain that's a multiple of 6 plus 3. So I'm going to do 18 plus 3. So I've got my foundation chain of 21. And to start row 1, you're going to skip the first 2 chains. So you're going to skip 1 and 2. And onto the third, you're going to do a double crochet. So now you want to chain 1, skip 2 stitches, and onto the third, do 1 single crochet. Now you want to chain 1, skip 2, and onto the third, you're going to do 3 double crochets. And this is the repetition for row 1. So essentially you're going to chain 1, skip 2, and onto the third, 1 single crochet. Now you want to chain 1, skip 2, and onto the third, do 3 double crochets into the same chain. And that's the repetition you want to have. Chain 1, skip 2, single crochet, chain 1, skip 2, 3 double crochets into the same stitch. I'm going to continue, chain 1, skip 2, 1 single crochet, and chain 1, and for my very last one, I'm actually going to finish with just 2 double crochets. So I'm going to skip these 2, and onto the third, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. And that's the end of row 1. For row 2, you're going to chain 1 and flip your work. You're now going to work 1 single crochet into that first stitch. And now you want to chain 2. So 1, 2. Now we're going to work a back post raised cluster. So for that, we're going to start by yarning over. And we want to go in the back of the post, meaning the next stitch, which is the double crochet here. You want to go through its back, so you're going to bring your hook back and go around it like this and pull the yarn through to the back. So now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2. Now you're going to yarn over and into the top of the single crochet, you're going to do 1 single crochet. You should have 3 loops on your hook. And now you're going to do the back post again. So you're going to yarn over and go through the back of the work over the post and grab your yarn through. You'll be in the back. You have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 and stop. Now you should have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 4. And this is a back post raised cluster. We're going to do that again because that one's a little tricky. So you're going to chain 2 now and onto the middle of this cluster from the previous row. Onto the top of the middle double crochet, you're going to do 1 single crochet. And this is the repetition you'll have. So we're going to start by chaining 2. And now you're going to do the back loop raised cluster again. So we're going to yarn over. I'm going to get a little closer this time. And so I want to go behind this post, behind the next stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and go behind the work to go over that post, grab my yarn and pull it through, and that will bring me basically to the back of the work here. So you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on my hook. Now on to the next, yarn over and do 1 single crochet on top of the single crochet here. Yarn over and finish that single crochet. 3 loops on my hook. Now 1 more back post. So you're going to yarn over, go through the back and over that post. Grab your yarn and pull it through. 5 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. 4 loops on my hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4. And that is another back post raised cluster. Now you want to chain 2 and onto the top of the double crochet in the middle. So essentially you skip 2 stitches and you are going to do there 1 single crochet, and that's your repetition. So chain 2, I'm going to do another back post raised cluster, and now I'm going to go into that single crochet, the last back here, five loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2 and stop. 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. And I personally am at the end of this row. To finish it, I'm going to chain 2 and onto the top of the turning chain, chain 3, I'm going to do my last single crochet. And there we have it. That is the end of row 2. All right, so for row 3, you want to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and flipping your work. That is going to count as a double crochet. And now you're going to double crochet into that first stitch here. So 1 double crochet. Now you want to chain 1 and skip 2, which will be basically the 2 chains in the middle there. And onto the top of the cluster from the previous row, you're going to do 1 single crochet. So you skip 2 and onto the top of the cluster, 1 single crochet. Now you want to chain 1, skip 2, and onto the top of the single crochet from the previous row, you're going to do 3 double crochets into the same stitch. That's 3, and that's the repetition you want. So we're going to chain 1, skip 2, and onto the top of the cluster, do 1 single crochet, chain 1, skip 2, and on top of the single crochet, do 3 double crochets. And that's 2 and 3. And you want to repeat this all the way until the end of the row. For me personally, I'm almost done. So I've got to do 1 single crochet here. And I'm almost at the very end, so I'm going to chain 1, skip 2, and on top of that last single crochet, I'm going to do only 2 double crochets to finish row 3. That is the end of row 3. And for this stitch, you essentially just want to repeat row 2 and 3 back and forth until you are finished your swatch. It's going to give you something that looks like this. Really beautiful texture. So where you see that raising is where you do the back post raised cluster.
Subscribe to my channel.